So this is my Toiletries and First Aid kit, if you can call it that. Let's start off with some of the things that actually were really quite useful. So we have Factor 50 sun cream. I actually have 2 sun creams with me because I thought I would need it more. But it being later in the year, I didn't need it too much. So I put this on my face every day before we left. But I also brought this one, which I haven't really used, so probably could be thrown. In the airport I got this one because I think sometimes you just need some body lotion, and I was right, although again I think some people would think this is unnecessary. Another one for the airport: if you have curly hair, it's essential to look after it, and to make it look presentable and non-frizzy you do need something. So I found this to be really useful. It's a really small bottle and really light, so definitely essential. Again, another non-essential item, but this was one, it was one of those kind of conditioners, so I got a set of 3. And this was because one of the girls I met was buying them in the supermarket and I was tempted, so that was along the way. Deodorant, definitely essential. And then we have things like Lush shampoo bar. I couldn't recommend this enough. It lasts for so long. I'm not going to take it out because it's kind of a bit of a mess now. But yeah, I would recommend going to Lush and getting yourself a shampoo bar. I actually got a shower bar as well, but I didn't buy a tin and it quickly disappeared. So get yourself 2 tins and it's worth it. It's really lightweight. So for now I'm using this as my shower gel. It's not ideal in this packet, but it serves a purpose. And then we have razors, lip balm, definitely essential, and toothpaste and toothbrush. In the medication bag we have paracetamol, ibuprofen, and some anti-allergy medication. There is some nausea medication in here as well, and that was purchased on the way due to some sickness. As for blister plasters and all of those sorts of things, a lot of people say you should have them with you and you should prepare. I didn't actually need them because I didn't get any blisters, but I would recommend this sport tape. I put it on just before I feel like there's a blister coming up. And I did that maybe 4 or 5 times, and before I set off for the day, and I didn't get any blisters the whole way. I haven't gotten any blisters. So yeah, get yourself some of this. I'll put a link down below. I have some nail files, which again you could consider unnecessary, but I do like to have them. Nail scissors, definitely a necessary item, especially if you want to make sure that you're not going to get any long nails on your toes and then cuts and things like that. And a mirror and a nail file. That's just preference again. So nighttime, an eye mask is really, really valuable. Because the albergues, they have a variety of lighting, and I have to say this was the first time I've been wearing an eye mask, and I don't think I'm going to go back. So, and also some of these. So this was this was a good find. If I can open it. Okay, so these are earplugs, believe it or not. They're actually a little bit different to what maybe people are normally used to. You can wear them up to 100 times, so they're reusable, and they completely block out the sound, so they're much more, they're amazing actually in comparison to other earplugs I've used. So you will definitely need something like this in the albergues. And these are called pluggers, so check them out. And last but not least, I have the microfiber towel, the glorious towel we all love. Not really. It is necessary though. So yeah, get yourself one of these. So I've divided it into what is necessary on the left side and what is more personal preference on the right. So we've got the eye mask and earplugs, we've got the sport tape, we've got the scissors, razor, lip balm, deodorant, medication, toothpaste and toothbrush, soap and shampoo, microfiber towel, and sun cream. And then on the other side, it's the extra sun cream, body lotion, nail file, hair stuff, and tweezers. So this is my Osprey Kite 46, an incredible bag, really well designed. I couldn't recommend this enough. Here we have basically a laundry bag. I bought a few of these when I was going to Southeast Asia a few years ago. Honestly, couldn't recommend this enough for just separating out your laundry from the clean clothes. Then we have a dry bag, which is especially made for a sleeping bag. It's actually not the sleeping bag I have, but it keeps my sleeping bag dry, and the last thing you need is a wet sleeping bag when you arrive to your albergue. So I recommend getting one of these. Again, more dry bags. So many people asked me about these when I was walking, because they wanted something to separate out their stuff within their bag, but also they could see the advantage of having dry bags, which again, they keep everything dry. I separate them out. I put my technology stuff in one, I put my clothes in another, and then I put my medication and sort of toiletries in one with other stuff as well. So yeah, there you go. These are things that don't fall so neatly into the other categories, except for bags. This is definitely a bag, and it's going to save you on the Camino. After a long day, you just want a little bag to walk around the city with, and this is the job. Pretty cheap, you can get them in Decathlon. I would highly recommend it. Okay, and then we have the item that you're going to pretty much need all year round, sunglasses. I keep mine in a little case. Going into technology, something that you might want to bring is your Kindle. But also you might want to bring a power bank. I bought an Anchor, and it's meant to be lightweight, but I think it's quite heavy, to be honest. But it works really well, particularly when I wanted to charge my phone because I had been filming all day and I couldn't quite reach one of the plugs in the room because other people were using it. But to be honest, if you don't have needs like that with recording, you might not need this. It depends on your needs, really. What you will need, though, if you're coming from outside Europe or even the UK and Ireland, you'll need an adapter. Now, this adapter was about 40p in a electric electrical store, one of these places, these hardware stores. So you can get one of those, or you can order the really fancy expensive ones online, which can cost up to £20 or more even. And then all my plugs, which were for my phone, my Fitbit, my Kindle. And then there was light. So this is a Petzl. It's quite a fancy head torch. You might not need something as fancy as this. In fact, you definitely won't. But I would recommend getting a head torch for those darker mornings, or if you're arriving later at night. Definitely recommended. I actually have another little light. This was based on a recommendation online. It's a tiny light attached to a lanyard. And it was recommended because you can use this in hostels just to not disturb other people. It doesn't work anymore. It just shows how much I've used this actually, because I haven't really used it at all, but it's definitely a tip that I found to be interesting, because it would have been something amazing for when I was in Southeast Asia, but maybe not on this trip. Maybe in summer when it's a little bit busier, but I didn't find it to be a problem in the albergues. Okay, moving away from technology now. I brought some hand gel because, we're in a pandemic. I didn't actually use this that often, somewhat ironically. But actually the reason for that is there is antibac everywhere. It's just a thing now. So I guess you could bring some. It depends on if you want to or not. And on that note, actually, bring a mask. You will need it. I would in fact bring a few of them so that you can wash them and you can keep them clean. And maybe some of the disposable ones as well, because they can be nicer to wear in certain situations, I think. And then we have the notebook. I bought this in the airport. It's a moleskin. I absolutely love it. I've been writing in it almost every day since arriving. There have been days where I've been too tired to write. And then a little purse just to carry your money in. And a water bottle. I got this one in Decathlon. It's lightweight, it's amazing, it does the job, it's everything you need. Something you won't need. I read online that you should bring a pillow because the albergues pillows are just not up to scratch. That is not true. Unless you're particularly fussy at night, you might need one, but I've been carrying this since the start and I don't need it. It's really lightweight though, so I kind of refuse to throw it out. And then the amazing trekking poles. These were quite cheap ones from Decathlon, and I bought them for a different trip, but they were amazing, or they have been amazing, and I think you can do without them. I know of several people who are walking without them, but actually in the long term, for your knees, for your back, it's really recommended to get some trekking poles. Other essential items are your passport, if you're kind of coming into the country, and the pilgrim's passport, which is so cool. And you get it in Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port. You get all your stamps on there. I actually managed to accidentally swap my pilgrim passport with a girl that I met on the Camino, and she is stamping mine and I am stamping hers, and then we're going to swap them at Christmas as a Christmas present. But it's worth knowing that you will need 2 stamps a day from the 100 kilometer mark at the end to get your certificate to say that you've completed the Camino de Santiago. So I will be getting another one with my name on it, because I want that certificate. But yeah, it's a really cool keepsake, just to look at all the places you've stayed, or rather all of the places your Swedish friend has stayed, you know, whatever works. I almost forgot this handy little spork, Sea to Summit spork. It is really great. The amount of times that I stopped for lunch and sliced up an avocado or got out some cream cheese, it's amazing.
We've got tomatoes.
We bring you tomatoes and avocado. I'm going to run through the clothes I have, but I'm not going to show every item. I'm just going to show the number. So these are my wrist warmers, socks, underwear, extra bra, and a buff, a scarf, a headband, a hat. I had gloves as well, but they were, I suspect, taken. A jumper, a long sleeve top, a t-shirt, leggings, shorts, waterproof trousers. Also, my most prized item, my paramo, and that has helped me in many situations. It keeps me warm and it keeps me dry. So I highly recommend a paramo, although they can be quite pricey. It's pretty windy. So many people bring flip-flops. I bought these just before the trip. They are barefoot sandals. They are amazing. I'm so glad I bought them. They're so comfortable as well. The boots that have saved me, my Solomons. So I haven't gotten any blisters with these. They've been absolutely incredible. Don't forget your sleeping bag and your liner.